Tonight, you're in for a treat because we're going to be making one of the best foods in the world, pasta. Now what I got here is 200 grams of all-purpose flour, 100 grams of semolina flour, which has a higher gluten content. It's going to give your pasta a nice bite. We got 3 eggs, and we're going to use about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. So we're going to start by combining our 2 flours. Just dump those on the table, and then cut them together with our bench scraper. You could just mix it with your fingers if you don't have one of these, but this is my favorite tool for pasta making, so it doesn't hurt to get one. Just cut that until they're all incorporated. Next, we're just going to make a well in the center. There's shallow walls. You don't want your walls too high, it might fall, and your egg spills out, it just makes a mess. A nice, wide well in the center. Next up are the eggs. You'll see some people add salt to your pasta dough. I'm not a believer in that. The salt will degrade the pasta from the inside out. A little extra virgin olive oil in there. You get your salt when you cook your pasta in the salty water. Okay, so I'm just going to break those up, kind of scramble them. Got my fingers and a little hook. Just doing little circles. Now, eggs are scrambled. I'm going to start slowly pulling in some of that flour from the sides. You don't want to force the flour in too fast. Your dough will seize up on you, get real stiff. Just work it in. Okay, we got a shaggy mess here, so now we don't really have to worry about it staying in the well anymore. Just trying to break up the clumps, expose the wet parts. That's going to take in more flour. Starting to have a dough form. Still just kind of spreading that dough, getting the last of that flour in there. So we got our dough put together. Now it's time to knead. So you're going to fold it in half. With your palm, just press it away. You're stretching those gluten fibers. That's what's going to give you a nice chew. You want to do this until your pasta's nice and smooth. So you just turn, fold, knead. Turn, fold, and press. We're going to do that for about 10 minutes, just until this is nice and smooth and springy. It has been 10 minutes. And our dough is smooth And look at that bounce. Bounces right back. So we're ready to rest. To rest, all we're gonna do is wrap it in some saran wrap, plastic wrap. Nice and tight. You don't want your dough to dry out. We're just gonna let that sit on the counter for an hour. Our dough is rested. So, didn't think it would be much help if I didn't show you how to make some pasta with our dough. I'm gonna be using the KitchenAid to roll it out. What I'm gonna do is take about half of that, wrap the other half back up so it doesn't dry out while you're working this, and set that aside. I like to just flatten it by hand so it's started for the machine. I got my pasta attachment on, and I had it set to the widest setting. That is a number 1 for me. It's the KitchenAid brand that I'm using. Okay, let's roll her out. Put that through. Fold it in half. Go back through. On that first setting still. Let me do that 4 or 5 times until the dough's nice and smooth. Do that one more time. Okay. Now we're ready to go to the next size. We're going to adjust that. I'm gonna put a little flour on my pasta on both sides. And we can go a little faster through the machine. And now, with each pass, I'm gonna go to the next thinner size until it's the thickness that I want it. Okay, we got our sheet rolled out. I just went to the 4th setting, like that for fettuccine or spaghetti. Now I'm gonna cut it into the length that I want my fettuccine or spaghetti to be. I'll just hang that on a drying rack. Now I have found, using the KitchenAid fettuccine and spaghetti attachment, you want to let it dry for just a minute so it doesn't stick when it comes through the machine. It'll stick to itself and you'll be sitting there for hours pulling all your spaghetti apart. It's a pain in the butt. So just let it hang for a couple minutes and be good to go. These guys are drying for the fettuccine and spaghetti. Why don't we take one of these sheets? We'll do a bonus shape. Garganelli. The Garganelli, you want squares. I'm just going to trim the edges straight as possible. Now we're just going to cut that into about 2-inch squares. This one you want to do before the pasta dries at all because you need it to stick to itself. See right here. Now I got my gnocchi board and I like to use a pencil. So I'll just start by putting it on there and helping it out. Twist it around until it catches nice and tight. And you're just going to roll that down your gnocchi board. Look at that. It's beautiful. Your center is nice and thick. It's got a couple layers of pasta while the outside only has one layer. So you got a nice bite in the center, but you got a nice silky pasta on the end. It's got different textures throughout. Okay, got a small batch of Garganelli there. That's how you do that. And don't throw out that scrap pasta. That can go in a freezer bag. Ziploc bag, just throw it in the freezer. It'll be great for some soup. Just throw it in your soup. Good to go. Time to do our fettuccine and our spaghetti. First up is going to be the fettuccine. All you gotta do is put through. I like to grab it while it's coming out. Now I'll go into our flour. Just give it a little dusting. Mess it around. Stop it from sticking to itself. You got fettuccine. Next up is our spaghetti. Same thing. You can see if that's not sticking to itself at all. Just take a couple minutes hanging there. Flour. Look at that. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Now go make some fresh pasta.